Hello and welcome to the New England B2B Video Networking Show. My name is Kevin Willett. I'm the CEO of the New England B2B Networking Group. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can send me an email to kevin@newenglandb2bnetworking.com. Today I'm joined by my friend Lisa Stockwell. Good afternoon, Lisa. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Kevin. Thanks for having me.
So, Lisa, why don't we start at the beginning? Tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay. I'm the creative, energizing owner of It's Your Journey, and what I do is I provide trainings to businesses such as healthcare organizations, for example, on how to communicate more effectively with their clients or their patients.
Like I said, I think that's really important because, just see that a lot, whether it's in healthcare or any type of business, just a lack of communication and how we read into things. It just utterly amazes me someday. Back in my corporate days, I felt like if I wore a blue shirt, it meant something. He's got the blue shirt on today, this is going to happen. And I'm like, guys, it was just next to the rotation. It really didn't mean anything. You must see that all the time.
I do. I teach a couple of different communication classes, and one of them that I teach currently at Concord Community College is communicating mindfully. And just what you said is sometimes people misinterpret what they see, or they only hear the end of a sentence, and they start coming up with these storylines and start reacting before they even got all the information. And one of the things I do is teach people how to actively listen and be able to paraphrase or reflect back what they hear instead of making assumptions. They're actually checking in to be sure what they heard is actually what the person meant to say.
Well, especially now because we're such a texting generation, abbreviations, quick text messages, and you can read anything and everything into it. And You're like, oh, geez, Lisa's really upset with me because I read a tone that wasn't there, but because it was in the back of my head, I kind of put it there. So can you give me some more examples of the things you do to help people with that communication?
Sure. So say you have a client you're working with, and you're trying to engage this client into what you're doing, or you're trying to help this client make a decision about something. And you're trying to understand what they're saying. Well, it's really easy for you as the person hearing to jump into the same old pattern you've been doing things, like maybe going in and trying to fix your client before hearing their entire story. And that can cause all different kinds of problems between you and your client. It could make the person resistant or angry. And you, on the other hand, might miss some really key information that will help you help your client. So I teach folks a couple of different types of communication workshops. One is communicating in a more mindful way, which actually covers more of the emotional intelligence kind of perspective, which is learning about self-awareness and learning how to be more regulatory about what you're about to say, how you say it, how that might impact someone. The other type of communication I teach is motivational interviewing, which is an evidence-based practice. A lot of healthcare organizations want this training. I've been working directly with organizations on that, where I go in and I teach their staff how to really listen to their patients and clients around making behavior changes or any kind of action that they want to. So it's more of an experiential kind of workshop where you, like Kevin, if you were in my workshop, I would have you do some activities with another person to hear yourself and also hear the other person. And you learn a lot about yourself as a communicator when you're in those activities.
So you bring up a great point. I have a friend that will often reach out to me with an issue, and I go into fix mode. Mm-hmm. And she'll correct me. She's like, some days I just need you to listen. I don't need you to fix my problems. I just need you to listen. But I see that especially in healthcare because we're so quick to say, well, the doctor or whoever said. So, okay, that was the answer. You get in, you get a little nervous because maybe you heard something, you're like, I wasn't expecting that. And all those questions you wanted to ask just went out the window.
Yes.
And then you're out in the lobby, you're like, I was supposed to ask A, B, and C, but I didn't. So, and it's getting the doctors. I know my personal doctor over the years has really evolved. When I first met him, if you didn't have something major wrong with you, he was just like, oh, you got the flu, get out. It's how it came across. But over time, he's become very holistic, and he's a whole different person, and in my opinion, a much better doctor, because he's probably gone to seminars like yours where he's learned to listen for things and not just, okay, you said you had this, so thus you have this type of illness. So
Right.
It's amazing to watch the evolution of people who've been trained properly and how effective they are.
Yeah, and especially in healthcare, because folks are trained to fix people. And that's great if you have a broken arm. But if you have diabetes or high cholesterol or any of those chronic conditions where you, the patient, have to make your own changes too, then that's a whole different type of conversation. It really is doing something different when you're working with your patients.
Oh, absolutely. So, Lisa, how do people find out more about your upcoming seminars? How do they get in touch with you?
My name's Lisa Stockwell, and I'm at It's Your Journey. And I do have a website, www.lstockwellyourjourney.com. You can also reach me by phone and email. It's Your Journey at yahoo.com.
And what's the phone number? I could say it.
Oh, sorry. It's 603-496-7093.
Awesome. Lisa, I really appreciate you taking the time out of the day to come on the show. Thanks for being my friend.
Thanks, Kevin.